maestro. Muy buenas. Encontramos, ¿verdad? Hoy tenemos el placer de presentarles al maestro Alberto Salinas, quien es formador de Z, de 10 años de vida, en parte de programas universitarios y otro tipo de formación docente. Formado en México y Brasil, en otros países, a la licenciada Marta Laura García. Le damos vida, maestro, que este semestre, este ciclo, nos pueda seguir apoyando y tengan un recurso durante este. Dejamos su clase.
Perdón, pero creo que se está interfiriendo mucho.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Eliberto, and I guess, there was a problem with the connection with the presenter. But hello, my name is Eliberto, and I'm very happy to tell you that I'm going to be working with you for this section of your master program. So I can see most of the faces here. If you can you please open your videos so I can see you and we can interact better. Yeah. Especially in this online mode, it is important for us to see faces so we know we're talking to people, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we feel like you were talking to fingers. Yeah. Okay. So right. So I can see some faces there, right? So Ricardo, hello, hi.
Hi.
That's Romero, right? Ricardo Romero. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Laura, hello, Laura.
Hi. Good
Hi,
morning, everybody.
Morning. Diana. Hi, Diana.
Hi, hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you too. Luis Fernando, I can see Luis Fernando there as well.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. That's okay, Monica. You have some time, yeah, to open your video. That's fine. Okay, and Yesid, hello, Yesid.
Hello, teacher. Good to meet you. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Yesid?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It's just it.
Okay, perfect. Nice to meet you. Montserrat, hi. Hi,
Nice to
Montserrat.
meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Okay, all right. So let's get started, right? So as I said before, my name is Heriberto Salinas, but the first thing to do, guys, because we're going to be working for how many Saturdays together? 5, right? Yeah, okay. So we're going to be working together on this stage of your master program. But first, I would like you to get to know me a little bit better, right? And then later, we're going to have an activity for me to get to know you a little bit better, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my board. Can you see my board, everyone? Yeah, okay. So just to make it faster, just give me a thumbs up like Jesse did, for example. So that's going to be faster, right? Okay. If you want to participate, please just raise your hand, no problem, anytime, okay? Ask any question, ask me for clarification, all right? So I'm going to type 2 names. Romy, that's one of them. Then we have Owen, and numbers, 2017, and then we have 2, okay? So you have to tell me why I thought of those names and numbers, all right? What they stand for in my life. I mean, I thought of Romy and Owen in 2017 and 2 because they represent something important in my life. So can you please tell me, go ahead and tell me. If...
Romy is your daughter?
No, I don't have a daughter. I have a son.
Okay.
Owen is your son.
Owen is your son?
No, actually, my son's name is Andres. No.
Maybe
he has
your
2 years?
wife, Romy? Romy's your wife or something like that?
No, not really. Romy's your wife, Luis says no. No, same thing, no. Any other? I'm going to help you with Romy and Owen. They are part of the family, but they are not my sons, but I consider them like kind of my sons.
Are
They are
your
your
dogs?
They are
Your
my pets. Yes, they are my
pets. Yes.
Ah, your pets. Okay.
yeah, the two of them. Yeah, they are brothers. They are Dalmatians. They are crazy. Romy is deaf, so it's been kind of challenging for us to train him. And Owen it was well, it is a rescue dog, but it was kind of aggressive with male. Yeah, but right now they are okay. Yeah. Okay, so they are my pets. Okay, well done. How about 2017? What do you think happened in that year that is important in my life? Anybody?
Your son was born.
And no, actually, my son is 2 years and a half.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So your son is 2 years. It's for number 2.
No, sorry.
I guess it's the day you got married.
Yes, that's right. Actually, two things happened there. Number one, I got married, and number two, I did an important course for me in my.
Delta or something?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I did my Delta. Where do you think I did it?
In the international house.
Yes. What about? Because you know that International House is an
Yeah.
international organization. So where do
Maybe
you?
in Mexico City or
Oh, I did it in London.
in London. Wow.
Yeah, I lived in London because at the time my wife decided to study a master's in UCL in psychology. So then I was there with her like a year and a half or something, almost 2 years. And I decided to do my Delta at the same time. Yeah, to keep
Okay.
myself busy. Yes. And how about number 2? An idea about number 2?
2 years living in Mexico, maybe, or
No, I've been in Mexico all my life.
okay.
It's basically the two most important people in my life. One of them is my wife, and the other one is my
Son.
and yeah, the most important
Mhm.
people in my life, right? Yes. Okay, so that's me, guys. That's me. I've been an English teacher for almost 25 years now. I've trained CELTA courses in Latin America and Mexico, obviously. As part of International House Mexico, I also tutor module 2 of Delta courses for International House Mexico, and I am the TKT coordinator for International House Mexico as well. So yeah, that's me. Can you please now think of names, 2 or 1, or 2 or 3 numbers that can represent something important in your life? So you can do the same in breakout rooms with your peers, and I get to know more information about you. So I know that some of you, well, actually all of you know each other. So try to share information that your peers don't know about you, or you think they don't know about you. Okay? Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to give you just 5-6 minutes to do this, so keep it simple. You don't have to think of 4 different things. Probably 2 or 3 would do. That's fine. Yeah. So just keep it simple. Okay. So how much time do you have for this activity?
5 minutes.
Exactly. 5-6 minutes. I can give you a little bit more if needed. Yeah. How many things are you supposed to share or think of?
3?
3, 4. Yeah. And are you going to give it away, or you're going to allow your peers to guess what they mean?
Is what I mean.
Yes. Try to promote some guessing there, right? Don't give it away right. I mean, at the beginning, but if that doesn't happen, you can just give it away, and your partner can ask follow-up questions. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout rooms, and I'm going to have Diana, Cecile, and Montserrat work together. Then I have Luis, Laura, and Monica together. And at the end, we have Andre and Ricardo, right? Together. Okay. Okay, guys, enjoy it. Enjoy it. See you there. I will be visiting your rooms, listening to what you are saying. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Nos faltó tiempo.
I know, Montserrat. Yeah, that's always a problem, isn't it? Yeah, but don't worry. Yeah, I will be giving you more time for other activities. Yeah, that require more time. But yeah, okay. So let's share something important here. So, what do you learn from your peers? Anything interesting? Anything you didn't know about your peers that caught your attention? So, Diana, share anything you learned in the break.
Well, I learned about Jesse that he just had a surgery last week. We
Yeah, I
didn't
heard
know.
that. I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know. And
He
about
looks pretty good.
yeah,
He's doing
he
fine.
looking.
Yeah.
And about Monse that he has a boyfriend. I didn't know. And
Okay.
was
Okay.
gonna get married. We
Okay.
hope.
Okay. How long have you been with your boyfriend, Monse? If that's okay to share.
This year we will turn 4 years.
Oh wow. Okay. So it sounds like it is formal already, right?
Yeah.
Like quite formal. Okay, good. Fantastic.
Mhm.
Laura, anything that you learned, Laura, from one of your peers?
Yes, I learned about their family members, their what they studied when they were
Mhm.
young, no?
So
And
what can you tell us? What can you tell us?
Monica has a nephew and a niece,
Okay.
and Luis Fernando has a brother, and Luis Fernando is an engineer, and Monica loves her dog, Duque.
Okay.
Okay.
That's nice. Thank you. Thank you. Ricardo, anything that you learned from your peers?
Yes, I was with Adri, and it was very good because by coincidence, before with other teachers, we have been together working, and every time the teacher selects something, we end up together.
Together.
So
Okay.
yes, it was very nice to know more about her.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's your destiny. Yeah.
Yes.
Working with Andre all the time. There you go.
Yes, like that. Yes, and
Um,
she has
yeah.
a mare. A mare, it's a horse,
Oh,
and she loves the all that horse world.
wow. Okay. That's impressive. So where do you keep the horse, Andre? In a
At San
stable?
Miguel de Allende. I used to live in San Miguel de Allende.
Uh-huh.
So the mayor was there, is there. I mean, with the bed, in a place.
Wow.
He has a big space, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, he take care of her.
Yeah. And I have a question. I have always wondered, is it very expensive to keep a horse?
Yes, it is.
It is, right? Yeah, it sounds like it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is,
Okay.
because it's like a person. I mean,
Yep.
something happened to her, I need to pay beds, and it's really
Expensive. Yeah.
complicated. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I love the horses. Yeah, they are
Yes.
wonderful. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Jesse, anything you learned from your peer?
Well, something new about Montserrat is that she has been working as a teacher for 4 years. I guess she had said it before, but I actually did not remember that.
Okay.
And about Diana, I was surprised when she said that she quit her job just to start something on her own, or even along with her boyfriend, like an enterprise. And I thought that was brave and good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's a big step. It sounds like it is a very big step. Yeah. So well done. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. And Luis, anything you would like to share, Luis?
Yeah. Well, I discovered that Monica had climbed the Popocatépetl in 1992, and well, it was a decisive step in her life in order to overcome challenges.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. It sounds like that is something that gives you a lot of encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and motivation. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, okay, thank you. And right. So, do you have any question before we get started? No? Okay.
I actually have
Yes,
something
please.
to ask for.
Yes.
Teacher, turns out that a week ago exactly, I had a surgery. So I'm still in the process of recovery. And I know you said something about cameras always on, because that should be the best thing. But I will have from time to time to be switching it off and on.
No worries.
Because I need to, change position. Sometimes I need to be standing,
No
and sometimes
worries.
I need to be on bed. So it should be great
That's
if you
fine.
help me with that.
Yeah. No worries. Jesse, thanks for saying that, because I mean, I understand you had surgery and it was a major one. And if you really need to have the camera off all the session, that's fine by me, to be honest. Yeah, so.
Thank you very much.
Right. So if you, I mean, as you feel comfortable, Jesse, if you want to open it sometimes, if you want to keep it off or on and off, your decision. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Is there anything else, guys, you would like to ask or say? Yeah, Monica, go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's just it's raining a lot here, I guess, in all Mexico, but the power has been going on and off. So if you see that I leave the classroom or something, it's because
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. No worries.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
then you will be connecting later, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, exactly.
Are you in Mexico City?
No, I'm in Cuernavaca.
In Cuernavaca, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because in Mexico City, it's been raining all the morning.
Yeah,
as well,
here
so.
too.
Okay, fantastic. All right, guys. So no worries, that's fine. Just try to appear and participate as much as possible. There are some little reminders, guys, here for us to have a better dynamic and also connection, right here, interaction better. So I want you to raise your hand whenever you want to participate really fast. Please do it as many times as you please. It doesn't really matter. Ask whatever you want. Ask me for clarification. Sometimes I move fast because of the content. I mean, the amount of information we have to cover in every single session. But I can go back at any point for you to understand anything that you missed, right? So please ask me as much as possible. What else? When you're in breakout rooms, please participate a lot with your peers, because that's the moment where you have to interact with each other, and that's something that is informing my teaching and my feedback stages as well. What else? Try to be here all the sessions, obviously, because you are going to learn a lot. This is important information for you, and also what else? Yeah, if you have any question, I mean, like private things to say, you can just send me a private message and I will be answering your queries, right? Yeah, like, I don't know, the connection or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. So let's get started. Who knows the content of this session? What is the content of this session? Montserrat says, no, me. Okay. Monica says, no, not me either. All right. No, Laura? No. Who read the program? No, nobody? Okay.
Desarrollo de destrezas.
That's correct, Luis. How do you say that in English, Luis?
Abilities development, skills development.
Actually, we call them skills.
Skills.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you the content. So that's fine. That's fine, guys. No worries. I'm here to help you understand what we're going to focus on. So basically, with me in these 5 sessions, you're going to be basically talking about skills, as Luis said before. Yeah. And the menu for today's session is this one. This is our agenda. So I'm going to help you understand what receptive skills are, whatever they mean. Also, what a text is, whatever that is. It's not that simple, though. Yeah, some of you may have very good ideas about a text, what defines a text. Then we're going to talk about written text versus spoken text, and also the role of genre awareness. Yeah, and today we're going to be talking about also one of the receptive skills. Yeah, how does that sound? Yeah, good. Yeah, all right. Have you ever, okay, now to get started, have you ever used a Menti link? Yeah, no, it looks like this. It looks like this. Let me just show it to you. It looks like this. There. Can you see my screen right now? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be sending a link and you have to answer this question. The question is, what are receptive skills? And I'm giving you 3 spaces for you to write words or phrases, not big sentences. I mean, like long sentences, not really, just phrases or words that can help you define what receptive skills are. Okay. And then you just click on submit. I will show you my presentation where you will see everybody's comments, right? And we're going to discuss what receptive skills are, right? Does that make sense, everyone? Yeah? Okay. So first, let me give you the link. So in the chat box, you will see this link. Can you please confirm with me with a thumb up if you can open it? Yeah, okay. So you see it says yes, right? Everybody says yes? Yeah, okay, okay. Laura, can you open it? Yes, okay, right. Just give me a thumbs up like that. Okay, good. So I'm going to give you 1 minute, 2 minutes to type words or phrases that can help you define what receptive skills are, okay? So you can take your 1, 2 minutes and answer that and submit. Okay, so yeah, I am now looking at some responses. That's nice, right? Okay, wonderful. I'm going to share now the presentation, all right? So take a look at this. This is quite interesting. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. So take a look at that, guys. These are your answers. So let's try to define, wow, okay, so more answers are coming up. That's nice. Can you please help me with this one? So who typed this one? Abilities 1 receives.
Ricardo, me.
Okay, Ricardo, so can you please elaborate on that? What do you mean by that?
Yes, receptive. I took in consideration the name. Receptive is something that goes from point A to point B. So point A is the external environment,
the source,
and it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that you receive, and the skill is like a synonym, is an ability. That's why.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is that there is a source of information, and B, in this case, as you said in your example, is getting the information, right? Receiving the information, right? Okay.
Correct.
All right. Okay, good. Thank you. When you receive information is basically what we are talking about there. Okay, good. Listening and reading. So who typed those?
Me.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Can you please elaborate on listening and reading? So why do you think they are receptive?
Because I just figured it out because when I was studying the BA, they told me listening and reading is about receptive, and there are other ones that are receptive and productive.
Okay, okay.
And those
which are
like,
writing and speaking, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
that's like a differentiation.
Yeah, and this is going along with what we said before, like listening and reading are skills that are basically giving you something, some input. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. How about this one, guys? Somebody type tools. Who typed that?
Again, Ricardo.
Okay, Ricardo, go ahead. Yeah.
The same as skills. I didn't want to say the same. So in order to produce something that comes from point A to point B, is something that we have to use in order to produce something. So that's why I chose tools.
Right. And actually, we're going to be talking about those things later in our sessions, but basically what we're referring to here are soft skills. Yeah. So soft skills, right? What you employ, what you use for you to practice the main skill. So we are talking about reading. There are soft skills for reading. If we're talking about listening, there are soft skills for listening, yeah? For you to actually, yeah, help this process, right? As you said before. Okay, good, good. And then we have here, understand vocabulary. This is interesting. Who typed that?
I guess me.
Okay, Montserrat. Yeah, go ahead.
About vocabulary.
Okay, so can you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, I guess receptive skills is when you understand vocabulary in context and grammar. Meaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite interesting because you are referring to probably one of those different ways in which we can exploit a text. There are two different ways. We're going to talk about that, and you're referring to one of them, yeah, which is basically paying attention to language rather than comprehension, if that makes sense. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, okay, later. Okay, interesting, guys. Okay, wonderful. So take a look at this. So we have receptive skills. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. So as we said before, we have 4 different skills, yeah? And we have listening, writing, reading, and speaking. And as you said before correctly, there are 2 skills that are considered to be receptive and 2 of them that are considered to be productive, yeah? So as you can see, the red ones would be productive because, as you said before, you're producing something, you are expected to say something, right? Or, yeah, convey something. And in terms of receptive skills, they are considered to be receptive because you are getting information from a source, basically. Yeah, as we said before, either through spoken language or written language, right? Which is reading or listening. Okay. So far, so good, everyone? Yeah. Okay. So that's quite simple. Yep. Okay. So as we said before, receptive skills are these ones. We receive, and productive ones are these ones because we produce information. Now, what type of skill is reading, guys? Is it active or passive, and why? We understand it is a receptive skill, okay? Yeah, we understand that. My second question is it active or passive? Is it an active skill or a passive skill, and why? Okay? So I'm going to send you to breakout rooms, and I want you to tell your partner what you believe in terms of reading being active or passive. And can you please tell your partner why you believe this is the case, okay? You just have 3 minutes, 4 minutes to just discuss this really fast in breakout rooms, and I'll see you there, okay? Okay, bye-bye. Wonderful. So, do you believe it's an active or a passive process? Luis, go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking about well, not the possibility, actually exists that way. I have seen it in several books. It could be divided into active or passive reading.
Okay.
The the main point in which is gonna finish it one to another is the task that we are gonna engage through with the reading. One that comes to my mind, I mean, really, well, immediately is when I have the active reading, is when I'm looking for specific information in order to answer the task.
Right.
And the passive reading is the one that's global reading. I mean, just to recognize what you're reading about.
Yeah, yeah, well said, Luis. Yeah, so basically what you're talking about here is having a clear purpose, right, all the time. Yeah, we listen to something, we read something because we have a specific reading purpose or listening purpose. Yeah. Montserrat, do you believe it's passive or active? I think you said both, right?
Yeah, at first I said both because you first understand the vocabulary and so on, but then you can go and write something like a summary from the reading. But then it's like a mixture because when we talk about reading, like itself, it's a passive because we understand grammar structures, vocabulary. So it's more like a passive work.
Yeah.
We do something, we don't produce anything. We just
and actually
understand.
Yeah, you're right. And actually, Montserrat, before you start looking for language, probably you do something else to start understanding the text, right? Before going for language. I totally agree with you guys. I think this is an active process. So this is a misconception that we normally have as teachers, thinking that just because it is a receptive skill, reading is not really active. So reading is a receptive skill. Yes, we said that. But the fact that it's a receptive does not mean that it's a passive one. No, reading is an active, even interactive process. What do I mean by interacting here? Is basically saying that you guys, you have a dialogue, an interaction with the writer all the time. Yeah. So you are reading, but at the same time, you have this monologue. Well, I mean, this dialogue, this interaction with the writer is something that we're not really aware of sometimes, but there is this interaction all the time. So readers bring their own questions to the text, right? Which are based on their background knowledge, for example, your experience, what you have seen before, and they use this to interrogate the text, like, interesting. So I have seen this before, right? Oh, but this doesn't coincide with what I read 2 months ago, for example. Or yeah, I understand this because this is part of my context. I have lived this, yeah? Okay, modifying their questions and coming up with new ones according to answers they get. So as you continue reading, there is this interaction, as I said before, with the writer and the text, where you are answering your questions and coming up with new ones all the time, confirming information, checking information based on your background knowledge. They need to be able to decode the letters. So that's what readers do. You decode letters, words and grammatical structures, something that Montserrat was talking about. Yeah, but before actually paying more attention to specific things of language, we have this monologue, right? And conversation with the text, yeah? Where we come up with new questions, we answer our previous questions, right? All right, okay, if you want, guys, if you want to continue reading about this, you can find more information on the source. This is a very good source, right? By Thornberry, yeah? A to Z of ELT, yeah? Yeah, where you can find more information there. And then this is going to lead us to the next question. What is a text? An idea. Who has an idea, guys? What's a text? How can we define a text?
We talked about this last module.
That's correct. That's correct.
And I mean, the definition is it's complicated because it may offer different possibilities. Yeah.
Yep.
We talked about spoken and written texts.
That's correct.
So, I mean, I guess that would be sort of a definition. If we include them both, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And going along with those main categories, Yesid, we can say that a text is a continuous piece of spoken or written language, as you said before, as we have checked in different modules, with a clear purpose, communicative purpose, and a recognizable genre. So you recognize the type of text you are looking at. Yeah. So basically, a text must be self-contained. That means it really exists on its own. It doesn't really need something else, right, to reach the context there. And then we have be a recognizable genre. You know, if we're talking about a letter or an email or a love letter or a summary, because you recognize the genre, the layout, the distribution of information. It makes sense. Yeah, so that means it's logical to you. And this has to do with something that you have already checked for, which is cohesion and coherence, right? Yeah, it has to be logical. So if we say it is logical, are we talking about cohesion or coherence?
Coherence.
Coherence.
Yes. And cohesion would be when it is well linked together, right? Okay, good. So have a clear and communicative purpose, as we said before. Yeah. So yeah, it's going along with what you have already checked in terms of the two different types of text. Probably it is giving you a little bit more specific information in terms of what you need to consider for you to name something a text, right? It does make sense. Okay. So far, so good, everyone? Yep. Okay. Now, I have a question here. So what can you see? What can you see in this slide? What is that?
A text.
Is that a text?
It's a traffic light.
It's a traffic light.
But
do you know where you can find these very funny figures in a traffic light? Do you know where?
No.
No. We can find them in Berlin. Yeah. So yeah, you go there. It's really funny because as you're walking, I mean, you can see this guy there walking, or this guy stopped. Yeah. So that's quite funny. So can you please tell me what you understand by looking at this one right here? What do you understand by looking at this one?
You have to wait, cross the street.
Yeah,
you have to stop.
You have to stop. Yeah, you cannot continue. Okay, what do you understand by looking at the second one here on your left?
You can walk, you can cross
the street. Walk, yeah, okay. How about the one in the middle? You know, there is a yellow one, right, in the middle. So what do you understand by looking at the one in the middle, yellow?
Warning.
Warning. Well, probably depends on the country, right? In Mexico, probably it means speed up.
Yes.
Right?
Before the red arrives, yes.
Yeah, careful, be careful, for example. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Okay, good. So this is going along with something that this guy talked about. Do you recognize this person?
No.
He's called the father of linguistics. And he said something very interesting about these things. What do you call these ones? Are they sentences? No, they are not sentences. What are they?
Graphics.
They're actually signs.
Signs, yes.
They are signs, yeah. And he said something very interesting about signs. What did he say? He said that signs convey more meaning than what we usually think they are conveying. For example, I'm going to give you another example here. So we have different signs there. Can you please tell me what you understand by looking at this one right here? What do you think of?
You can
Google.
search something, no?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Look for something, research, homework. Okay. How about this one? What do you think of when you look at Coca-Cola?
A soda,
Poison.
So
a drink.
fatty,
People.
obesity, sugar, diseases.
Student.
Yeah. Okay. Students, right?
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
How about this one? The Apple.
Computer.
Computer,
Technology.
Computer,
expensive,
cell phone,
cell phone, easy to use, difficult to use. Yeah.
easy,
Okay.
very easy to
Yeah.
use.
Okay. And how about this one?
Very friendly.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Delicious
Coffee,
It's not the coffee, it's
delicious.
experience, no?
Yeah. Garbage coffee. I mean, it depends. It depends on you. So what does that mean, guys? I mean, we have more or less similar concepts, but within those concepts, we have also other ideas. Like, for example, when I look at this, believe it or not, I think of
No, hamburger. No?
yeah, but I think of Germany.
Really?
I don't know why. I don't know why, but whenever I am there, we usually go there and visit our relatives there like once a year probably, and when I am there, I fancy McDonald's. I don't know why. That doesn't happen in Mexico, but there, it actually tastes good. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. But anyways, this is just an example of how our concepts change. Like when I look at that, I think of traveling because I always do that when I travel, right? But probably for some of you, it doesn't really represent the same thing. Yeah, it represents the hamburger, yes, but you connect that to other things. Monica, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, for example, I before McDonald's came to Mexico,
Yeah.
I visit a lot. We used to visit a lot my grandparents in the United States.
Okay.
So for us, it was for me seeing this reminds me of my trips with my parents.
There you go.
My
There
family,
yeah.
and what we usually order were the shakes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. So that's another example, Monica, of how different our ideas can be in terms of what they represent for us, for our context and our lives. Yeah? Okay.
But I think that beside that, we have a universal language. Like if you can see you thinking coffee, you think junk food or hamburger.
Yes,
no?
that's correct.
The
that's
Nike
correct.
we think in sports, there's a universal language.
Yes, that's correct. So what you're talking about here is like enriching your language, but still we understand the basis of the message, right? Because we share the same concepts. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it? Now take a look at this. I want you to tell me what you understand by looking at this. What is this?
A key car? No.
Okay.
Car key.
Yeah.
But it looks like a gun.
Right. So, Andre, can you please tell me what you understand by looking at that?
Maybe danger or something like that.
Okay. So, what do you mean by danger?
Because if I saw somewhere in the street with, what is that? I think it was a gunshot. They are keys, right?
Yeah, that's a car key. That's a car key.
Oh, no, sorry. I think that I looked at the gunshot.
But I think you are getting the right picture, Andre.
Okay.
Because of what they want to represent here with a key.
Okay. Yeah, because it looks like that. I mean, I saw it and it looked like a gunshot. I mean.
So then, what do you think the message is here?
Yeah, my grandfather used to tell me like, you have a car is like something. Life gets easy because it drives you to anything you want.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah. But if you don't use it correctly, you can kill yourself.
That's correct.
And he used to tell me like ampicillina. Too much, it's very dangerous. But like the perfect amount, it will makes you feel better.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And that's the power of signs. They are using advertisement a lot because of the power of communication. As we said before, we understand the bases, but within those bases, we can play with concepts. I mean, if we share the same ideas and the same concepts, we understand the same thing at the end. We may take different routes, but at the end, everybody will get to the same conclusion, which is the representation of a car key being a gun, saying that you are basically driving a weapon and you have to be extremely careful because you can kill somebody, right, with this. So that's the power of science, that despite the fact that we reach the same conclusions at the end, we can take different routes and you can play with these concepts and you can express much more than what was intended at the beginning, right? Just by showing a car key, right? Does that make any sense, guys? Yeah? Okay. So having said that, do you believe signs are text? Is that a type of text or is not a type of text? Yeah, they are. They are, basically. Yeah, definitely. If you want to read more about it, remember the source there, for sure, the father of linguistics. So going along with what we said before, they have a specific genre, they are logical, and they have a communicative purpose, right? Okay, now, let's start practicing with this. So here we have a task. I'm going to give you this link, and in this link, you're going to find the following. Let me just open this on my end. There you go. Yeah. So there is a question here, guys. The question reads, what makes a good reader? So when it comes to reading, what makes a good reader? We understand now what a text is. The components, you have seen that before. We also included signs in a type of text. Now, my question is, what makes a good reader? Luis, any idea? What makes a good reader?
Probably somebody.
Yeah, you mentioned
Sorry.
that before. You mentioned something before.
Well, an active reader, somebody that is looking.
Yes, okay, exactly. So,
more.
So being active, or the use of, for example, we said before, soft skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's one idea. Okay, so you type it, guys, with this. Just click on the sticky note. You type it, just click there, type your information, and then save it, so everybody can see it. Yeah. All right. You're going to be working with different slides, right? Number one is for breakout room number one. If you're in breakout room number two, you are working on slide number two. And if you want to move from one slide to another one, just click here on the arrows, right? And that's it. You have the same question there. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to answer the questions with the sticky notes in breakout rooms, but I'm going to give you the chance to work now with a different panel, right? So let me, yeah. So now I'm going to have Luis, Yesid, and Ricardo together. Then we have Diana, Laura, and Andrew together. And at the end, we have, Monse and Monica together. All right? In that order, guys. So slide number one, Ricardo number one, Yesid, Luis, Ricardo. Then Andrew, Diana, and Laura, number two, and Monse and Monica, number three. I'm going to give you the link to this Jamboard. Can you please tell me if you can open it? Give me a thumbs up. Yep. Okay, fantastic. How much time do you have for this activity? Yes.
5 minutes.
That's correct. Do you need to type information or just talk?
Type information.
Type information. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. I know time is an issue all the time. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what makes a good reader, guys? What do you think? Let me share my screen because yeah, we have interesting ideas here and there. Like for example, team number 1. Yeah. Yeah. So we have here the awareness of time, space, and mood. Okay, that's interesting. Then the usage of reading techniques. We were talking about, for example, soft skills, the use of soft skills. They actually got together there. An active reader, awareness. What do you mean by awareness, guys? Team number 1, what do you mean by awareness? Awareness of what?
Awareness of what you're reading.
Okay, so in terms of I am reading, for example, a love letter, and I need to approach this love letter this way. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, probably is.
Okay, okay. How about someone who knows how to read? Oh, okay. Yeah. So again, this is talking about approaching the different types of genre, right? That we have. Okay. How about number 2? Critical thinking, have goals for reading, wide range of vocabulary, interact with the text, read different genres, do it very often. Okay, so the more you do it, the better you will become, right? Okay, yeah. And then we have number 3, which says interaction with each reader is different according to their context. Yeah, like we said before, make it yours. Okay, that's quite interesting. What do you mean by make it yours?
We were talking about how, depending on what you're reading,
Uh-huh.
you live it. For example,
Uh-huh.
if you're reading a mystery novel, then you are
Uh-huh.
like, if you get inside the story, you feel the characters. And if you're reading a romance, everything is beautiful. And if you're reading suspense or horror, whatever, or even if you're learning something, you make the learning is yours. What you learn is yours.
So what you're trying to say is that what makes a good reader is how relevant you make it to your context.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
In terms of what you have already learned, right? Like how you're going to use this in your context, in your real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, make it relevant. Yes. And reflection. What do you mean?
Yeah, because I believe that we have to have a kind of reflection after we read something. I don't know if this is too philosophical, but
no, not really.
I believe that when you read a piece of text, you see different, you see things different.
Yeah, definitely.
Because human beings, we are like, I don't know. I don't remember how to say compuestos. We are
made of.
We're made of. It depends on what you
for
want
different ideas or for different.
Yes.
So that's why.
Yes, we're made of different ideas. Yeah.
Yes.
And reading can change your life also, can change the way you think, opens your mind.
Yeah.
Takes you to other places. I don't know, it's so rich.
Yes, it's like an adventure.
Yeah, so basically what you're talking about here is a metacognitive probably stage or moment after reading where you start thinking about what you have already learned or how relevant is this. This is something that we can do in our lessons as well, like helping our learners talk about what they did, how they did it, and what they learned. That's a metacognitive stage. Yeah. Okay, interesting. We're going to actually talk about that later. Yeah. So well done, guys. Yeah. Interesting ideas right there. Let me just give you something. Here, you can, as a good reader, you can address the text in 2 different ways, right? You can use macro, you can pay attention to macro features or micro features. So just as a piece of advice, because sometimes we see these 2 terms being kind of meaning more or less the same, but they don't mean the same. So basically, micro means more specific and smaller parts, and macro means bigger sections. Okay, so that's a tip that I can give you. Yeah. So micro would be paying attention to small things in the text. Yeah. And macro would be paying attention to the whole thing. Yeah. Bigger chunks. And you have an example here. For example, spoken text, customer service. You can pay attention to this, for example, right? Key information like times, prices. But on the other hand, you can pay attention to more specific things. There, like imperative forms, for example, the language. Montserrat, yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, this has to be something with reading for gist and reading for, like when you read for specific information, and when you read for having like a general idea of the text.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, but basically this comes way before you start using the soft skills. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are kind of related, because when you look for gist, for example, we understand you look for the general idea. And when you are scanning the text, you use, you look for specific information, right? So probably you pay attention to those micro features, right? More.
Okay.
So they are related. It's not basically the same, because skimming and scanning are sub-skills, but here they are the features of the text, right? Yeah, you can view them from two different perspectives, micro features or micro features. Yeah. All right, so having said that, take a look at this. We're going to start analyzing, guys, texts, and then at the end, we're going to come up with a conclusion in terms of what makes a good reader. But I'm going to give you 3 different theories. Okay, there are 3 theories, and these are basically theories that you are going to refer to when you produce your assignment. Remember that for this 5 sections that we're going to have together, I'm going to give you 2 different assignments. One is on receptive skills, and the other one is going to be on productive skills, right? Okay, so this is going to be very useful for your first assignment. Okay? So this is the first task. Yeah, text 1 versus text 2. Okay, so I want you to answer these questions. Question number 1, what's the genre? Question number 2, what is the text about? Question number 3, how did you know? How did you read it for every text? Okay, so you have to answer those 3 questions for both texts, right? This is going to exemplify the first theory we're going to talk about here. Okay, let me just show you what you are going to be opening in the link. So here you have 2 different texts. Can you see my screen, everyone? Yeah, okay. So this is text number 1, as you can see. And this is text number 2. That's it, okay? You don't have access to this document in terms of editing, because I don't want you to write anything. I just want you to read them and answer the questions, okay? Right, so I'm going to give you the link. Can you please tell me if you can open it? It is in the chat box right now.
Teacher, can you show us the questions again, please?
Of course, yes, of course. Yeah, actually, I'm going to be visiting your rooms, and I will be putting the questions there. But right now, you're going to have them in the chat box as well. Here are the questions. Yeah, can you see them? Oh, Genesis, hi.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, nice to meet you, Genesis.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks. Teacher.
All right. Okay. So, so everybody open the link, right? Yeah. Okay. So, how many questions do you have to answer? Yeah. Do you have to type information?
Not really.
Not really. Do you have to answer all the questions for every text or just one text?
For both texts.
For both texts, right? And remember, this is exemplifying the first theory that makes good readers, right? Okay, good. We're going to check 3 different theories. This is the first one. All right, so I'm going to send you to regular rooms, and yeah, guys, enjoy it. You have 6-7 minutes to answer the 3 questions on both texts. Right? Bye-bye. Welcome back. So, speaking about the questions there, question number 1. What's question number 1?
It's what is the genre?
What's the genre for text number 1?
Instructional.
Okay. Yeah, we call it a recipe.
It's a
It's a
recipe.
recipe. Uh-huh.
A recipe.
A recipe.
Okay.
Oh,
How do you know it is a recipe?
the structure?
What do you mean by the structure?
Yeah. First, we have the ingredients,
Measures.
and then we have the procedure. Like
Okay,
the
so all these would be the ingredients.
yes,
Yeah.
Then we have here what you have to do. The
step by step. Uh-huh.
The instructions.
And
Yeah.
and if you go below, we have like for 8 to 10 persons.
Yeah.
Look.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Okay. Now, I noticed that some people, guys, in breakout rooms were talking about specific language. Like, do you recognize anything in this section?
Yes.
Numbers.
Numbers. For example, 40 grams, 300 milliliters, 150 grams. Okay.
Vanilla, the word vanilla.
Vanilla. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we recognize that. Vanilla.
Also,
Fondant.
And rum.
Rum. Of course, rum has to be there.
Fondant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No.
But how about somebody found this one, cacao.
Cacao.
Cacao. Yeah.
Cacao, right? Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes.
Definitely, definitely. So with
Even
all
the short form for grams.
yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yes. Now, with all this information, we can say that we're reading a recipe for something sweet or salty.
Sweet.
Probably sweet. Yeah, probably dessert, right? Yeah. Okay. How about the instructions? Is there anything you could recognize here?
The degrees of the oven.
Yep. So we have the degrees there. All right. What else? We know it is distributed in 2 main paragraphs, right?
yes.
Okay, so there is some distinction there. Okay. All right. What else?
24 centimeters, maybe the
We continue with the numbers there. All right. So basically, we understand that all this is referring to what we saw before.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is exemplifying, guys, the first theory that makes good readers, right? So basically, the first theory would be, let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So the first one is top-down and bottom-up theory. So basically, what is happening here is that when you are using the top-down approach, you pay attention to more general things, right? For example, prior knowledge, the context, your experience. Yeah, we call it schemata. And then we have your prediction. You start making predictions. All this is from top down. Okay? When it comes to bottom up, as you can see here in the image, it pays attention to more specific sections of the text. For example, sounds, if we're talking about an audio, or words, or grammar, or phrases, if we're talking about a written text, right? So that would be more from bottom-up approach. Right? Another way to exemplify this would be with an analogy. So the top-down would be like this eagle just flying all over the countryside, yeah? and having a general overview of the land. Yeah, that would be top down. Seagull, viewing all the land. Yeah. So again, you're referring to your experience, you're referring to what you have lived before, and then you say, oh, I recognize this. I think we're talking about a what? A recipe. Yeah, based on what you can see here, right? The layout, your experience, and then you connect everything, right? To prove your hypothesis. Okay, and then the second one, the analogy would be probably once you are on the ground, this guy, this individual, analyzing specific features of the ground. Yeah, like for example, this guy is analyzing this flower. Yeah, and probably he's going to take a look at the grass right there and the ground and so on and so forth. So this would be more bottom up, right? Specific features of the text, like words, phrases, the language, connectors, and so on and so forth, bottom up. Does that make any sense, everyone? Yeah, okay. So that's the first theory. And actually, let's talk about the second text we were analyzing before. So what type of genre are we talking about in the second text? So this is the second text. So we said that the first one was a recipe. How about the second one? What's the genre?
In our group, we discussed, we think that it was sort of explanatory or expository. Yeah, because in many ways it tries to account for what happens in the first one.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it is right or wrong.
Oh, no, that's right. Actually, because you said it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Because it is giving you, number one, a heading. Yeah. And there is clear reference to what? To another chapter, right? So the genre, what type of genre are we talking about then, guys? What type of text is this?
We said it was like a reference book.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yeah. Or a linguistics.
Linguistic,
Yeah, a book on linguistics, analyzing, as we said, right, versus text and structure. Right? So probably, yeah, something related to linguistics, analyzing the text structure, right? Okay, so we understand that because we have seen this before. Probably some of you have read similar things, like you are referring to a previous chapter of a book, you have a clear heading, and you have your paragraphs over there. So all this would be more top-down. Because you are referring to what you can see, the layout, and what you have experienced before. Now, how about bottom-up? Is there anything that can confirm the type of text by looking at more specific things in the text? For example, what do you call the words that belong to the same kind of family? What do you call those? For example, structural, we have one.
Lexical chains.
Yeah, lexical change, right? Yeah. So there is clearly a lexical change here, right? Systems, right? All those have to do with linguistics, for example, right? Language. Okay. Anything else? Anything else in terms of language that can help you understand the type of genre?
In linguists, first line.
Yep. Yep. So again, belonging to the same lexical chain. All right. Okay. How about structures? What type of structures do you have there? We have, for example, the use of simple present, right?
Yeah, most of it is present.
So what does that mean? That we're talking about a fact, information, right? Okay. So this is also another feature of this type of genre, right? Speaking about facts, because we're analyzing, in this case, what the text structure, all right? So this would be analyzing the text with a more bottom-up approach, right? So as you can see here, guys, exemplified by this, you use the two different approaches to analyze the two different texts, right? So on the one hand, we have top-down, which is a more general view, and bottom-up, which is a more specific view, yeah? So the name of that theory would be basically that one, top-down and bottom-up theory, because you have these two processes. We call them processes, right? For you to unpack the text, right? Rather in a more general thing or more specific, all right? Does that make sense, everyone? Yep, okay, okay. So there is also an interactive reading model, right? You can read more about it on the source. So reading this interactive reading model is a reading model that recognizes the interaction of bottom-up and top-down processes simultaneously throughout the reading process. So what does that mean? That means that you are not isolating the process. You are using both simultaneously sometimes to unpack the text. Like as you are looking at the text and you are trying to understand the genre from top-down process, you start paying attention to more specific features of the text, moving to a bottom-up process. So that means that you are using both simultaneously, right? It's not like you are going to use first this one and then you move to the second one. Sometimes that happens, but some other times you use both simultaneously, right? Nothing wrong with it. Actually, is normal. It's just logical, right? To use both simultaneously. Okay. Now, as you can see here in this image, I'm giving you another exemplification of this. So top down would be all this, and bottom up would be more specific things, right? But then as you are moving along, you just move from one to another one. Yeah, so you use both processes at the same time, yeah, to unpack the text. Okay. Any question right here? Yeah, so far so good? Yep. Okay, okay, good. So now let's talk about the next one, right? So remember, we're going to talk about 3 different theories, yeah? Okay, so the second one is this, and now I'm going to help you with this. Let me just come down there. Have you heard the word ahorita? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That is never in Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to help us.
$1 million.
Okay.
What does ahorita
Wait. I'm going to share something.
mean in Spanish?
Hold on.
Never.
I didn't want to leave you, but had to.
Oh, yes. Let me just put it in a second. Okay. Can you see my screen right now?
$1 million.
Yep. Okay. I want you to watch this one, and then I'm going to send you to breakout rooms to tell me what the correct meaning of ahorita is. Yeah? Okay. Here we go.
What
Can you hear? Yeah? Okay.
does ahorita mean in Spanish? Never, later, in a bit, or right now? Yeah, okay, this is easy. I just need you to use it in a sentence. I can't do that. But it literally means all of those things, depending on how you say it or who says it. For example, if your parents want you to do something ahorita, that means right now or immediately. Interesting. But if you say ahorita vengo, that means I'll be back in a bit. Okay. Wait, who wrote the question? Because if it was a Puerto Rican, Cuban, and Dominican, ahorita means later. Is that your final answer? Well, no, because it could also mean never. Like if somebody wants you to do something, but you don't want to do it, instead of saying no, you could say, sí, ahorita. So what's your answer? I'm just gonna walk away with 500,000. Are you sure? Yep. This question is too risky to answer. So when do I get my $500,000 check? Ahorita. Or
Okay. All right. I'm going to send you to breakout rooms for 3 minutes and discuss what's the correct meaning of ahorita based on that video and based on what you know, guys. All right. Okay. 3-4 minutes to answer that. All right. Here we go. Hey, so what's the correct meaning of ahorita? Yes, any Genesis, go ahead.
The correct meaning, well, it depends to the situation, to the context. With and also depends on who you are talking with.
It depends. It depends on who you are
um,
talking to. Yeah.
Yes, who you're talking to, because for example, I tend to use, for example, ahorita, when I don't want to do something,
Yep.
I say, yes, ahorita, sí, ahorita lo hago. But no,
Right.
but it's because
Yeah.
I don't
But you
want to
mean,
do it,
yeah, but
really.
you mean you don't really want to do it, right?
But most of the people cannot say no. So instead of saying, no, I don't want to do it, we say, ahorita.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and that ahorita never comes, right? Okay, Ricardo,
for-
what? Yeah, what can you tell
No.
us, Ricardo?
For me, ahorita, for me personally, it's sarcastic and it's aggressive. I never use it, and I don't want someone to use it with me or for me or to me.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, some people use it in a more sarcastic way, right? Yeah, definitely. But it depends. It depends on the context. So basically, guys, what you're saying is this. Let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen? This is the second. This is the second theory. This is an exemplification of the second theory, which is the schema theory. So basically, what it says here is that first you are introduced to the text, but then you start searching inside through all your schema to make sense, right? So basically, schema would be what? Your memories, references, you're creating your hypotheses. So all that is your schema, like everything you have heard, you have read about, you have seen, you have experienced. So another word of saying schema would be your previous knowledge of the world. So as you can see here, you see the text, you start searching, and then you have your aha moment, like, oh, I understood. So similar to what Genesis said before. So if you were talking to your mother or father, for example, and they are telling you to put away your things after you have played, right, with some toys, for example, but you don't want to do it because you want to use those toys later. So probably say, yeah, ahorita, right? So this person, when he or she hears ahorita, is looking for the meaning in terms of what he or she has experienced, and then at the end you say, oh, my daughter or son doesn't really want to do it right now. Yeah, based on the context, based on what you have experienced and lived, then you just decide what the meaning is. And this is actually a very interesting word in Spanish because it has multiple meanings depending on the context. Like we said before, some people use it in a more sarcastic way, but some others really convey meaning, right? A more direct meaning. But it depends on the context. It depends on who you are talking to. So the second theory would be the schema theory, which is basically going back to all you have lived, your knowledge of the world, so you can have your aha moment, right? That's how we unpack a text, right? How we understand the text correctly. Otherwise, we would be just misunderstanding the text. Okay? Does that make any sense, everyone? Yeah? Okay. So that's the second theory. Going through your schema to have your aha moment, and that's how you have the key to understanding, right? And you unpack the text, right? Correctly. Now, this is the second one. And the third one is basically this. I'm going to give you a task, another task here, okay? And I have two questions here. Simple. What's the genre? What's happening? What's going to happen? That's it. It's all you have to answer, okay? The genre, what's happening? And I'm going to have you watch this. Can you please just let me know if you can see something? Wait. Yeah. There.
Fortune is my best friend. Hey. When it comes to writing, and I'm not just talking about grammar or spelling. Fortune actually helps me.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen now. Can you see my screen, everyone? Yep, okay. The first thing is, can you please tell me if you can hear something? Yep. Okay. So there are two questions here. What's question number one, Monica?
The genre.
What's the genre? And Adri, what's question number two?
What's going to happen?
That's it. So at one point, I'm going to stop the video and you are going to answer that. Okay? All right. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Yep. Okay, here we go.
There is no sound, teacher.
Yeah. Let me now check it here. Can you hear something? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Let me just repeat this part, okay? Sorry about that. That's it. All right, so what's the genre? What's going to happen in your breakout rooms? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to discuss that. Let me have you work with the different panels. So Luis, Yesid, can you please work together? Then we have Genesis, Laura, work together. Monse, Monica, work together. And the last one will be Adri, Diana, and Ricardo. Okay? Bye-bye. Okay. What's the genre? What's going to happen? Laura, what's the genre?
I think that it's a thriller,
Okay.
suspense, for all the sounds, no?
Okay.
The music, the light.
Yeah, the light, the sound,
Uh,
right? His face,
yeah.
his demeanor, right? Okay, thank you. Yasid, what do you think is going to happen?
We were discussing, and with things, there probably should be something that might surprise him or might be get emotional, something like that.
Right. Yeah. Do you think she's going to be surprised in a good way or in a scary way, or?
I'd say maybe he would be scared.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're going to watch the whole thing. Yeah. And I want you to confirm your guesses, right? So the genre and what's going to happen. Okay. Can you please just confirm that you can see and hear something? Okay. So let's continue watching it.
There is no sound, teacher.
Again, all right. Let me work it out. There you go. So here, can you please now confirm you can hear something? Yep. Can you hear something? Okay.
There is no audio. Again.
You cannot hear anything, guys? No?
No.
Oh,
It's like very low. I don't.
Yes, it's low.
It's low.
It's
Okay,
very low.
so you can hear something, but it's very low. All right. Let me just take a look at this. How about this? Better?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just that section. All right, so guys, that would be the end of this first part of our input session, right? It's 11:01. So I'm going to see you after the break. Enjoy your break, and we're going to talk about the answers to the questions after the break, okay? So enjoy it, think about the video, and yeah.
Will it be 30 minutes as always?
That's correct, 30 minutes as always.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye, take care. Fantastic. So before the break, what is it that we checked before the break? Okay, who can help me summarize really fast what we checked before the break? So before the break, we checked what?
What a text was and receptive skills.
Receptive skills. We talked about what a text was. A text. What else?
The top down and bottom up.
Yeah, we actually talked about the three theories we're going to be talking about today, and are going to be very useful for your assignment. Yeah. So what is the first theory?
The first.
Top down and bottom up.
Yeah. So the first one would be top down, and the second one would be bottom up. Okay. What else?
The schema.
Schema, and then we are just about to start talking about the third one, right? Yes. So who can help me just summarize this one? Top down and bottom up. What is that?
Can be the prediction, the context, the experience, pure knowledge, and it's like you are servant from above.
Okay, yeah. So top down would be a more general view of the text, right? Okay. And
Yes,
you're looking for these general features. Okay.
And we have the context and we have the previous knowledge and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And you start activating something there, right? Okay. How about bottom up? What is that?
We pay attention to the specifics.
That's correct. That's it. Yes, like
grammar,
words, phrases, grammar, sounds. We're talking about the spoken text. Okay, good. Schema theory. So we talked about that. What is that, basically, Laura? Schema theory?
Is the orderly, the searching, the memory, no?
Yeah, exactly. So it's when you search in your memory,
summarizing,
knowledge, right? All these components of the text for you to start unpacking it. Yes. So it's basically related to your previous knowledge, right? The schema. Okay, good. And then number three. And number three is the one we're going to talk about, right? Okay, so we watched the video, right? Yes, and we saw it. Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout rooms and tell your partner, can you please tell your partner if you were correct or incorrect in the two answers? Remember, question number one was, what's the genre? Question number two was, what was going to happen? Yeah, so were you correct? Could you predict correctly what happened? Yes or no? All right, okay. Here we go. Just 3-4 minutes in breakout rooms. Confirm the answers, right? Okay. Is it necessary to play it one more time?
No, please.
I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Okay, good. Say no, thank you. No, thank you. All right. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay, see you. Bye-bye. All right, Ricardo, what's the genre?
The genre is suspense.
Okay, and were you correct?
I don't know.
Did you predict that like the first time we watched it, and the second time we watched the whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah, you confirmed you were correct, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. And how about when you came up with a hypothesis of what was going to happen, Diana? Were you correct?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be someone or something, and as be a shadow at the first, the beginning. But yeah, it was correct.
It was correct, right? Fantastic. So something spooky was going to happen, and that's exactly what you predicted. Okay, now, so this is basically, guys, an exemplification of the next theory. So the name of the theory is the genre theory, and this is basically saying that ultimately how we store and connect and process information impact on how we view the world and what our expectation of this might be. So the same can be said about text. So as you were raised, all the experiences that you have lived, the text you have read and heard, and so on and so forth, you have certain expectations in terms of text. So what happens in this theory is that it gives a lot of emphasis to the fact that you are constantly proving your hypothesis in terms of what you expect to happen, right? To see based on the genre that you can recognize. Like, have you seen this movie, The Shining? No? Not really? Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Ricardo says yes. No? Okay. So I suggest you,
Yes.
well, if you kind of like horror, well, not horror, like probably thrillers. Yeah. So it's a good movie to watch. Anyways, in this movie, whenever you see the scene, for example, which is this isolated hotel where there is this woman being chased by a killer. So yeah, probably I'm spoiling everything there. But anyways, this is going to help you predict certain things, right? So you predict things to happen, and basically what happens in this theory is that there is a lot of emphasis on the fact that you are constantly just proving your hypothesis and expecting things to happen, and that's how you unpack text because of what you have read or heard before and how you prove your hypothesis, right, based on the genre. Now, and to give you more examples about this theory, I'm going to give you this. For example, the presence of many of the conventional features of the genre would allow
Sorry,
strong.
teacher. Can you show me the last?
This one? This one?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. That's okay.
Yeah, no worries. So the presence of many of the conventional features of the genre will allow strong genre identification. So if you can recognize many of the things that you are seeing at the moment, then you can identify the genre. Like, for example, you did it correctly in the YouTube video. Like, you started listening to the music, you look at the boy, the isolated room, and then what he was doing, the music, etc. All this is telling you something bad is going to happen, something spooky is going to happen. Why? Because we can recognize the genre, right? So the presence of fewer features or the presence of features of other genres will result in a weak or ambiguous genre identification. And there is more information about it from the source. So as I said before, everything is related to what you can recognize based on the genre and your expectations, right? So another example of this would be this. I'm going to send you this link. And here we have two experiments, okay? Let's do it in breakout rooms with the same panels for 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. Do experiment 1 and experiment 2. So basically what you have to do is this. I'm going to show you the task. Can you please tell me if you can see my screen? Yeah, can you see it? Okay, so experiment number 1, you have to read the following story, yeah, and answer this. What's wrong in this? There is something wrong. And experiment number 2, read all these words. And can you please just tell me what type of text these words belong to? Okay, that's it. 2 experiments. Simple. Just 5 minutes. I'm going to share the link now. Can you please tell me if you can open it? It is in the chat box right now. Give me a thumbs up if you can open it. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, okay, good. All right, guys, so 5 minutes to enjoy the 2 experiments, right? Okay, bye-bye.
Teacher, we don't have time enough.
Hey.
We didn't finish.
You didn't finish. My goodness, don't worry. We're going to check answers together. And I'm going to ask, Jacir, can you please help me? What's wrong with the first experiment?
I mean, based on the type of characters they display, the endings for the stories make no sense.
No.
It's what I think.
Exactly.
I
So
mean,
this
Freddy Krueger could not be just baking cakes and cupcakes
no,
unless they are filled with poison or I don't know, body joints or something like that.
that's
Yeah,
correct. That's
the
correct.
second part.
So my
Simple.
question is, was it easy or difficult to identify the genre?
It was easy, I'd say,
But
unless
you
you don't
said,
know Freddy Krueger.
but you said it didn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, well, we could not say this is like pure, if I don't know, pure thriller or
That's
something,
correct.
because
That's
it's mixed.
Yep, exactly. It's a mixed one. So it's difficult to identify the genre because all the clues that the text is giving you are not fixing, are not really fitting, right? Your expectations there. So you expected something else whenever you read Freddy Krueger, and you expected something to happen, and then when you discovered that it was not what you expected, then you started having second thoughts about the genre, like, oh, this is not a horror movie, right? So what is that, right? Okay. And that's why, guys, movies like Shrek, for example, are so funny, because they are playing with your genre identification. Like, for example, you have a donkey who is talking, and you know the grandmother, the fairy grandmother, doing something different from what she's expecting to do, etc., etc., etc. So this is another type of genre on its own, but it was difficult to identify at the beginning, and that's what makes movies like Shrek funny, because you expected something else to happen and say, I didn't see that coming, right? Yeah. How about this one? Experiment number 2. Ricardo, go ahead. So what is this? Speaking about these words, what type of words are we, well, what type of text are we talking about?
It's I thought about a tale, fairy tales.
Yeah, fairy tale probably. Yeah, here, because we have the prince, the dragon, the witch, happily ever after. Yeah, usually what you see, right, in this Walt Disney movies. And how about this one, the second one?
That's a thriller.
Yep. And how do you know?
Well, because if you put together all the elements, it should be a horror movie.
That's correct. Yeah, because that's your expectation.
Yes.
Based on what you know about the genre. You can identify the words, and you have seen that before, so you are pretty sure we're talking about this specific type of genre, right? So those are examples, guys, of the third theory, which is the genre theory, right? So far we have checked how many? We have checked 3. Number 1, the process theory, which is top down and bottom up. Number 2, the schema theory, which has a little difference between formal and content. Schema is basically your previous knowledge. And then we have the genre theory, where you basically expect things to happen based on what you know about the genre and this dialogue that you have with the writer and the text, right? So you're trying to identify these features that you are familiar with that help you identify the type of text you are reading at the moment, right? Any questions so far in terms of the 3 theories? Yeah? Okay. Now, my question is, how is this relevant to teaching reading? Because probably some of you, hopefully not, but probably some of you have started wondering, like, is this actually relevant, or I'm just wasting my time here? I mean, how relevant is this in my teaching when it comes to teaching reading? Is this relevant to know? How am I going to use this in my lessons? How am I going to help learners identify, for example, this, or work on the 3 theories, or one, for example? What practical ideas can we have in terms of addressing these three different theories in English teaching. Yeah. So that's my question. How is this relevant to teaching reading? So think about your classes, guys, how you give reading lessons, and now refer to the theories. How relevant is this information? How can you help learners practice reading based on what we have checked in this session? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to answer that question. How relevant is this in your teaching? Do you have an idea on how to put this into practice, right? Okay, 5 minutes to talk about it in breakout rooms. Off you go. Bye-bye. Hey. Okay, so, right, is this relevant in teaching? Monica, what do you think? You are nodding. Why do you think it is relevant?
Yeah, it is relevant. We were talking about how it's important first to know your students,
okay,
to know their ages, their interests,
okay,
and because you can assume that maybe they will. I mean, the majority might like horror movies or thrillers or something like that. But I was telling Genesis that I was surprised because they now like everything that is reality things, and so they are more like what is going on, the real people having troubles. There is one girl that convinced her boyfriend to kill her mother, and now they want, yeah, and they are like, they were talking about it, and haven't you seen the podcast and everything, and I was like, what? So yeah, it is important to know what they like, and to know their backgrounds, and yeah, it is important.
Yeah, because potentially those are the type of texts they are going to look for when it comes to English, right?
Or to be engaged too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, because they are interested in knowing more information about that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Genesis, do you think it is relevant in teaching?
Yes. Well, I was talking with Monica about it. And yeah, it's relevant because, well, as I told Monica, obviously you need to, it's according to each group because of the profile of the students, their interests, etc. But the most important is that they have like the tools to really know how to analyze what they are reading or watching.
Okay.
And obviously according to their context.
Okay. And that actually, that actually leads me to my next question, guys. How do you help students with reading lessons? So what do you do in a reading lesson? What are the stages that you normally follow in a reading lesson? So let's start brainstorming here, okay, really fast. So reading, okay? And what is the first thing to do, guys, in a reading lesson? What do you do usually? So we have a text, right? A text. What do you do first in your lessons?
Present the book.
So you present the book. What do you mean by presenting the book?
Read the title, who is the author.
Okay, so you don't have any activity before, like as a warm up or something like that.
Yes.
You just give the book right away.
No,
for example,
we made exercises with the vocabulary.
Okay, so first we have probably leading, and then as you said, Laura, you have some vocabulary analysis, right? Vocabulary from the text, right?
You can start with asking a question.
Okay, blocking vocabulary. Yeah, you can start with a question. That's right, with the leading, right?
Yeah? Yes, in the leading.
Okay, then we have some help with vocabulary. Okay, that's good. Then as number 3, what do you have as number 3? So we have already given them a question to set up context. Then we have helped them understand some vocabulary from the text. Okay, what is number 3?
In number 3, I would put just the title so they can predict what is the text.
Okay, so basically, what you're talking about is a gist task, right? Okay, like predict without the title and then read it really fast and select the correct title. That's a gist task. Okay, and then number 4, probably we can give them a second task. Yeah, probably a detail task. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Okay, so let me put it like that. Detail task. Okay, so we have gist, we have detail. And then number 5, as number 5, we have already finished with
maybe a reflection of the text.
Probably. So probably you can give them a question like, oh, do you like the text? Or what would you do in this situation?
Exactly.
We call it follow-up, right? A follow-up. Okay, so this is basically the stages for what do you call that framework? Where you have your leading, your vocabulary. What would you call that one, guys? An idea? No? Yeah. Can you see my screen, everyone? Oh, let me share. Yeah, let me share my screen on a different one. Here. Oh, it's the same
TVL?
one.
TVL? No.
No, not really. It's basically
It's guided teaching, right?
Yeah.
No?
It could be. It could be, yeah, because you sort of guide learners, right, in the process. But we call it pre, while, and post. Let me share my screen. Here. Can you see it? Yep.
Yes.
So we have this, guys, for receptive skills. We call it pre, while, and post, where you have your lead in, you have some words, right, coming from the text. You explain meaning, form, and pronunciation. Well, you help learners understand that. And then we have your gist task, your detail task as part of the while stage. You can include a specific information task as well. And then you have your post task, which is the follow-up. That's the post, okay? We call it pre, while, and post for receptive skills. You can do the same for reading and listening. So this is something that okay, are you familiar with this, everyone? Yeah? Yeah, everyone, right? Yeah, okay. So do you think that if I happen to give a lesson like this, do you think I am giving learners reading practice or helping them understand how to read? Am I teaching them how to read, or I am giving them reading practice? What am I doing?
Practice.
Yes, I'm just giving reading practice. There is no teaching at all. Yeah, you may say, yeah, but I am teaching vocabulary. Yes, but that's not reading. That's only vocabulary. Yes, you are giving them practice. That's okay. But the only issue with this is that this is working on the assumption that learners already know how to read for gist or how to read for detail. So the only thing that you are doing here is testing. You are testing if they know how to read for gist or if they know how to read for detail. That's it. That's all you're doing here, okay? Is it clear, everyone? Yeah? Okay. So that's the first thing to do, right? That we understand the difference. Okay, I'm going to give you, because this is also part of your assignment that I'm going to set at the end of the session today. You have to decide how to go about a reading lesson, yeah? You have to teach the lesson, yeah? And then you have to reflect, and you have to tell us in the assignment whether you were teaching or you were not teaching reading or listening, and why, okay? Or you were just providing practice, and why. So I'm going to give you a demo lesson, an example of a lesson, and I have two questions here for you to just bear in mind. Question number one, what's the aim of my lesson? Okay, what's the main aim of my lesson? That's question number one. Question number two, am I teaching or testing? Okay, teaching or testing, and the main aim, all right? Okay, so what's question number one, Ricardo?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay, what's question number one, Diana?
If I'm teaching or I forgot. I had the idea, and then when you said I forgot.
Yeah, actually, that's question number two. Am I teaching or testing? That's question number two. What's question number one, Genesis?
Is what is the aim? No? What is the purpose?
What is the aim of my lesson?
The main aim. No?
What is the main aim of my lesson? Yeah. Remember that the main aim is by the end of the lesson, learners will have already what? That's the aim of my lesson, right? So I want you to enjoy the moment, guys, as if you were learners. So you're going to be intermediate learners, okay? Intermediate learners. I'm going to be using a different language in the text for obvious purposes because you know English already. So I want you to experiment this as if you were learners, right? Okay, so don't be surprised. I'm using actual Italian. Do you speak Italian? No? Okay, perfect. So then you can more or less feel what learners feel, right? Whenever they are answering the task, okay? Okay, so change your hats. You're not going to be my candidates on this master program. You are going to be my students, intermediate learners, okay? So, hello, how are you guys? Are you okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did you answer your
Fine.
homework? Yeah, did you answer your homework?
No.
Okay, oh, all right, well, no
Yes.
worries,
Of
that's fine.
course.
We're going to check the answers to our homework at the end of the lesson. But first, I want you to take a look at this. First, we have this. Wait. News. Yeah. Right. So what can you see? What can you see on my screen? What is this? What can you see?
A news page?
Yes. So my question is, how do you get the news every day? Do you talk to people? Do you watch the TV? Do you
On
read
my
the
cell
newspaper?
phone?
Yeah. For example, I usually have a combination of reading a newspaper online and talking to people. So I talk to my family members on what's going on the news, and that's how I get the news every single day. Yeah, the local and international. How about you guys? How do you get the news? Do you buy the newspaper? Do you read magazines? Do you talk to people? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to answer this question in breakout rooms, right? How much time do you have for this activity?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And what is the question, Jesse?
Sorry, you asked?
What's the question? What's the question you have to answer?
I don't have it. Sorry, teacher.
Okay, Adri?
How did you get the new about the information, the news, and
Exactly.
every single
How do you get the news? Exactly. Do you talk to people? Do you read newspapers? Right. Okay. See you in the breakout room. Bye-bye. Okay, wonderful. So guys, how do you usually get the news? Diana, how do you do it?
In my case, I sometimes watch on Facebook. There's a famous newspaper here in Cancun that is called Novedades or De A Peso.
Oh, De A Peso. Okay.
That's called De A Peso. And then I can see the news or sometimes on TikTok because follow some channels.
Yeah.
And why I know some news.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Monica, I heard that it is a combination of what you watch on the telly and also what you talk about with your family members.
Yes, I usually watch the news in the morning.
Right.
And because I want to know what is going on, and my students know that, so they are always asking me, what's going on, teacher? So
Okay.
I tell them, and also with my friends and family, they are always like, what is going on?
Oh, okay. So they are usually breaking the news with you.
Yeah, and
Right.
and also I follow like most of my partners here in Facebook or in Instagram or whatever I follow people.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's a good source of news, right? Following people. Okay, guys, thank you very much. So I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to send you to breakout rooms, and what you have to do is this: you are going to look at the visuals here and tell your partner what type of connection do you think the visuals have. All right, so take a look at them and think of the connection they have, right? I'm going to give you 3 minutes for that. Yeah, so talk it over in pairs or in your trio. What's the connection between the pictures? Yeah, are they related? What do you think they are talking about? Right? Okay. Everybody is going to be working on slide number 1.
Okay.
Slide number 1, and just talk. You don't need to use the sticky note right now. Can you please just tell me if you can open the link? It is in the chat box right now. Yep. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So I'll see you in the breakout room. Right. Okay. Work in your trios. Bye-bye. All right, interesting information. Can you please tell me the relationship between the pictures here? Montserrat, yeah, what is it?
We talked about that car accident. They were driving and they were driving, they were texting.
Right. Driving, okay.
And the person who is below maybe it's like a neighbor or someone that was passing through.
Okay.
And she's like saying like, yeah, I saw that they were texting and that's why they have the car accident, like the one that is telling everything to the man. I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Montserrat. Yeah, that was nice. All right. Who else? Let's say Laura. Yeah, any other connection or anything you would like to add to that? Do you have the same connection, or you have different ideas there?
Yes, maybe someone is interview the lady.
So this is an interview. Okay.
Maybe, and she's talking about the increase of car accidents because the people is typing when they are driving.
Yeah, because people are typing, right, when they are driving. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, anything else? Anything you would like to add, guys? Anything else? Nope. Okay. Okay. Now, second task. Keep your ideas there, and I want you to now move to slide number 2. Listen to this. Okay, this is my screen. I'm going to move to slide number 2 now, where you can see this. This is a what do you call on a newspaper, guys? What do you call the title of the news? What do you call that?
Headline.
Heading.
Yeah. I want you to read the headline, and based on that, I want you to answer this question: who, what, how, why, when, where. Right? These questions based on the headline. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes with the same partner to read the headline and answer those questions. Okay. All right. So see you in the breakout room. Bye-bye.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, well done. So, help me out here, guys. Who has an idea of who? For example, Luis, help us with that. Who?
Is referred to the person that might be read the announcement.
That might be what? Sorry.
That can read this announcement that is here.
But I guess okay. But we're talking about the headline and the piece of news, Luis. So probably who refer to the people who are driving, right?
Okay.
Okay, who are breaking the law, probably. What can you tell me about the what, guys?
Texting during
The use of cell phone.
texting.
Yeah, the use of cell phone, right? Okay, based on the pictures and this one. Okay, how?
Texting during your driving.
Yeah, driving could be this one, right? Probably, or also illegally, right?
Fiesta la rota is when you are behind the wheel.
Behind the wheel. There you go. Okay. How about this one? Where is this happening?
In Italy, because it's Italian.
Sweden.
Yeah, in Sweden, right? In Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah, that's right. The newspaper is Italian, but we're not talking about something that's happening in Italy, right?
Okay.
Okay, how about when?
Presto.
Presto, which means probably, what does
Presently.
it mean?
Coming soon.
Coming soon or now. Yeah. Why? Why?
Because it's illegal.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful. So now, based on those things, okay, what you gave me about the headline and the pictures, I want you to now answer the following. You are going to read the first paragraph of the piece of news, okay? Can you see my screen? Yep. This is slide number 3, okay? So this is the one before. If you click here,
okay,
slide number 3, I want you with the same partners, I want you to read the first paragraph of the piece of news, and based on what you said about the pictures and about the headline, I want you to confirm if you have more or less the same information here, right, in the first paragraph. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. So remember what you said about the pictures and about the headline. Confirm what you said with the first paragraph of the piece of news. Okay, this is on slide number 3. Okay? You're going to be working with the same partner, and I'm going to give you 5 more minutes, right? Okay. So what do you have to do now, Genesis? Do you need to answer new questions, or you need to confirm information you said about the pictures and the headline?
Confirm.
That's correct. Yeah. How much time do you have, guys, for this?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Are you going to work with different partners or same partners?
Same.
Do you think there is a reason why you are working with the same partner?
To confirm more information?
Yeah, to confirm information, because those are the same people you were working with. Wonderful. See you. Quite interesting, right? Yeah. So based on what you read from the first paragraph of the news article, can you please tell me if you were more or less correct based on what you said about the pictures or not? Montserrat says no. Why not, Montserrat?
Because I thought it was about a car accident, but it was a new about like an informative news.
Right.
Because over here it says like, most of the people think that using a cell phone is bad because while you're driving, you can have a car accident and so on. But in Sweden, it's legal.
I guess
not like it will, maybe it will happen not in a very long time to make it legal.
Okay, yeah. So basically,
I don't know if you listen to me because my internet is failing a lot.
Yeah, about changing the law, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, they are not really talking about one accident specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an information.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Formative.
Okay, good. All right. Now I'm going to give you the next task, guys. All right. So very interesting. And now I'm going to give you access to the complete article. Yeah. And now I want you to do the following with the same partners, right? Can you please tell me if you can see my screen? Can you see it? Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see, this is the first paragraph, the one that you read, and then you have the rest of the article. Yeah. So you have two different tasks here. Task number one, you have to underline or highlight, any words that are familiar to you. That's it. Any words that you consider you can recognize. Okay. But can you please do two? Only two per paragraph. Two here, and two here. No more than two, okay, per paragraph. That's task number one. Task number two, based on the words that you highlighted and what you said about the pictures and the headline and the first paragraph, you need to tell your partner what you think the text is about. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so again, task number one, highlight words that you can recognize, two per paragraph. Task number two, based on what you said about the pictures, the headline, and the words that you could find on the first paragraph, what is the text about? You need to tell your partner, okay? All right, I'm going to give you 7 minutes for all that, in your breakout rooms. Can you please just tell me if you can open the document? It is now in the chat box. This is a different link, okay? Please let me know. You can open it. Yep. Yep, okay. Remember, if you're working on breakout rooms number one, I mean, you're in breakout room number one, that means you are team number one. And if you are in breakout room number two, you just have to find this number. That's number two. This is your material, okay? If you're in number three, just scroll down and you will find number three, and so on and so forth. Okay, guys, enjoy it. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, welcome back. Let's talk about it. So we have interesting words here like traffic law, responsible, recommend, and so on and so forth. So what is the text about based on the words you found, what you said about the pictures, what you said about the headline, and the first paragraph? So, Montserrat, yeah? What is the text about?
I guess the text is about like a new traffic law, like
Okay.
a new implement
Okay.
that has been working in Sweden, and now they want to go like further, another in more places.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about that, like a new.
Right. Okay. Adri, anything else you would like to add?
No, I was with Monse and the team, and I think it's a reformation, like maybe like according to the traffic that it's allowed or not.
Yep. Yeah. So they are talking about this new law that they will pass, right? Yeah. Diana, anything else? I think your microphone is not working. Diana, we cannot hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was mute and I was talking. Okay. Yeah, we said this the same, and also as the year, it says the year because it says 2013.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. So we're talking about the year as well. And Ricardo, anything else? Anything you would like to add?
Yes, I was with Diana in the same team, and we were talking about that is some kind of obvious because the Italian is similar to our mother language, that is the Spanish.
Okay.
That is in Switzerland or no, Sweden remains one of the few European countries that still allow the use of cell phones during driving.
Yep.
And so on. So yes, it's some kind of reformulation of laws.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So they are looking into passing a new law, right? Based on that. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Now, can you please now tell your partner what you did? I want you to order this. This is in the same Jamboard document that I shared before. This is where you can find the pictures and the first paragraph, remember? Okay, you just have to click on slide number 4. And we have here A, B, C, and D. What do you do to help you understand the general idea of the text? Do you do number 1, like A, B, C, D, or we have a different order? For example, what is the first thing that you did, guys?
Look at the photos, no?
Look at the photos. Yeah, so that is B. So B would be number 1. Can you please now, yes, can you please now talk it over with your partners? If you're in breakout room number 1, you are number 4. If you're in breakout room number 2, you are in number 5. And breakout room number 3, you're number 6. Okay? Order the stages, what you did to understand the general idea of the text. All right? You have 5 minutes for that. Bye. Hey. So what's the correct order? Do you agree on this order, guys? Yeah, can you see my screen? Yep. Okay, so did we take a look at the pictures first? Yeah. How about looking at the title? Yes.
Yeah.
With the first paragraph, yes. And the last
Yes.
one, look for words that we could identify. Yeah, so you do all this to what? To understand the general idea of a text. Now, I'm going to give you another text and you have to identify the general idea. You have to answer one question, okay? Now, I'm going to stop my presentation here. This is the end of my presentation, but I introduce the next part of it, yeah? So let's imagine that is how the lesson would have continued, yeah? By giving them another text where they need to answer a GIST task, okay? Now, remember the questions before you need to change your hats, guys. You are not the students anymore. You are on your master's program, okay? And now, Andri says, no, I want to continue being a student, right? Okay. So what are the two questions you have to answer? Question number one.
From the two questions, what is the aim?
What is the aim of my lesson?
The lesson.
Question number two.
Am I teaching or testing?
Was I teaching reading or just giving you practice?
Yes.
Okay. And why? Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout rooms to discuss this for 3-4 minutes. Let me allow you to work now with different people, okay? Because you have been working with some people, yeah, for some time now. Okay, good. So there you go. Diana, Laura, and Montserrat together. Then we have Luis, Jacid, and Andre together. And then the last trio would be Monica, Genesis, and Ricardo. Okay, bye-bye. Hi, everyone. Interesting, right? Very interesting. So, question number 1. What was the aim of my lesson? So by the end of the lesson, students will have what?
We'll have identify
what?
the type of text.
Yes, but that wasn't the aim of the lesson. It could be a byproduct of it.
Okay.
But it's not the main aim of my lesson.
Maybe some strategies.
Okay, identify, blah, 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 using strategies. Now, can you please complete this? Identify the what?
Identify
the purpose of a text.
Okay, probably identify is not the correct word. Probably understand.
The general idea.
The general idea, yes. The general idea of what type of text?
An article, maybe?
Of a newspaper article.
A newspaper article.
Newspaper. Article by using what? Strategies. Yes. That's the main aim of my lesson. Okay. Now, was I teaching or testing in my lesson?
Testing.
Testing? Why testing? What you say, teaching or testing?
At some point you were teaching.
Yes, I was actually teaching. What was I teaching, Jesse?
Highlighting, underlining.
Okay, basically the strategies you need to use to understand the idea. I did, if I had been testing Montserrat, I would have just given you a question, a just question, and say, read the text and answer this question. That's testing.
Okay.
But I walked you through the process of the strategies that you needed to use to understand the general idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, look at the pictures. Number 2, predict the answers based on a headline. Number 3, confirm with the first paragraph and continue predicting. And number 4, identify words that can be not to you,
meaningful.
You can identify exactly, yeah, for you to understand the general idea. So all that together will allow you to answer the question. Answer this question, the GIST task, right? Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So, having said that, let me just exemplify this in a different way. So, on the one hand, we have our pre, while, and post, right? Remember, this is for testing, right? Okay. For teaching, what order did I have? I walked through the strategies, right? The pictures, the headline, the first paragraph. And then at the end, this is something that we didn't do. I said, I'm going to give you another text and you have to answer this question. So that would be the practice. So basically, you can call it, have you heard of PPP?
Yes.
So that would be presentation.
Yes.
What else?
Practice.
Production. Which sections did I have in my demo?
Presentation.
I have the presentation and the practice. The practice was when you order the stages to understand the general idea. That was the practice. But I didn't have the production. The production was, I'm going to give you another text, and now you have to put this into practice. That's the production. Right? But I gave you the presentation with the visuals, the headline, the first paragraph. Then you order the stages, which is the practice, like show me you understand what to do. And then I didn't give this in my lesson because of time issues, but the production was going to be read this text and answer this question, which is the general idea. A different text, right? That's the production. Okay. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So that's teaching the strategies rather than just practicing. Now, based on that, guys, what features or what information from the theories that we checked before could you recognize? Could you recognize any piece of information from the theories? Remember, we have top down, bottom up. Let me show it to you.
Yes, we had
yes.
First top up when we saw the general idea, right?
So, for example, could you recognize the first theory, top down and bottom up?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, first top down, it's the general idea, looking at the pictures.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And also, sorry, and also, as Ricardo said, I was also referring to the schema theory because you were activating previous knowledge, right? There.
Yes.
Good, good. Could you recognize anything about the genre theory?
Yeah, it was an article. I mean, it was informative.
Yeah, yeah. Like most of you knew that you were reading an article, a newspaper article, and you expected to see certain information.
Yes.
Right? As you read the complete article. Yeah. Okay. Could you recognize anything about bottom up?
Yeah, when we were analyzing the words.
The words, when you were looking for the words, that's specific features of the text. That's right.
We were making inferences, no?
That's correct. That's correct, Laura. We're making inferences.
About the words that we maybe could know the meaning.
Yeah, so the inferences, yeah, were there, definitely. Okay, good, good. So, which one do you think is better, guys? Testing or teaching, and why? Or when? How?
It depends, no?
It depends, Montserrat. Totally, I totally agree. Which one goes first, testing or teaching?
Teaching.
Teaching, yes. So, I don't know if you have ever wondered, guys, or probably you have seen this in other students, like, oh, my students cannot answer these questions correctly. My students cannot understand the general idea of the text. My students cannot do this, cannot do that. It's because probably teachers have been giving them only practice without helping them understand the strategies and what is behind, right? What they need to do that. Does that make any sense, everyone? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So, having said that, I'm going to explain the task, the assignment, your first assignment, right? That you have to do, because all this information, the information that I just gave you guys, is relevant for you to produce the assignment. Okay. Let me just open my screen here. This is the document. Wait. There. Yes. Okay. So this is the assignment. Can you please confirm that you can see my screen? Can you see it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Fantastic. So, I'm not quite sure if my internet connection is stable. Can you hear me well? Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then, so this is the first one, guys. This is a receptive skills assignment. Yeah. The aim of the assignment is to develop the ability to evaluate and critique course book materials and to work on developing receptive skills versus testing, which is what I told you about. Yeah. So you have to be fully aware, guys, that you are teaching as opposed to testing, or the other way around, that you are testing and not teaching. Okay? Okay. Having said that, this is the word count, 500 words. So please keep it simple and stick to the word count, please. That's important. Yeah. 500 words only for the body of the assignment. Yeah. And you have to do this. The next time you teach receptive skills, say this coming Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, you have to, okay, based on published materials, such as a course book, consider the materials in the light of the questions from stage 4, okay? So all these questions have to be answered in the essay, okay? In your 500-word essay, okay? Question number 1, is the text authentic, graded? How do you know? Okay, who can help me with authentic text? What is an authentic text? What is it?
Original?
It's an original text. It's something that hasn't been graded or modified anyhow for teaching purposes. That's authentic. For example, the real magazine, the real article, the real blog, the real thing. Yeah. If you're taking this from a course book, it may not be authentic. It may be graded. That's what we call graded, because you modify the grammar, the lexis, the length, so you can meet your students' level of English, right? Okay, so that's the difference, guys. So first is you have to tell me if the text is authentic or graded and why, okay? Question number 2, what is the purpose of the reading or listening materials? It could be reading or listening, okay? Receptive skills development as a model or input for speaking or writing, to contextualize or give practice, etc. So what is the purpose of this text? Is it to develop reading and listening practice, to teach reading and listening practice, to give practice, or to introduce something else like probably grammar or vocabulary or speaking practice, okay? Next question. What schemata might a reader or listener, in this case your students, need in order to understand the text, okay? So you have to tell me what previous knowledge your learners need to know to understand this text. So far, so good, everyone? Yeah, okay. Next, what guidance are learners given to help them use their schemata in order to increase their understanding of the text? So what tools, what guidance, what questions, what activity you gave them to activate their previous knowledge? This could be, for example, in your leading, right? What question? Do you give them time to probably, I don't know, brainstorm ideas on something to activate previous knowledge, right? Do you show them something to activate previous knowledge? Okay. Does the text obviously belong to a specific genre? Is the genre explicitly stated? Yes or no? So is this a letter? Is this a blog? Is this a love letter? Is this a film review? And is this explicitly stated in the lesson? Yes or no? I mean, do students know what type of genre they are dealing with? Next point. Are learners explicitly made aware of the text genre features? Like, for example, an email has these sections. A film review has these sections, okay? Did you go over those sections in your lesson? Yes or no? Right? And why? What receptive skills or soft skills or strategies do the tasks target? How do you know? Okay, so what soft skills like skimming, scanning, or strategies like bottom up, top down, right? Is the text targeting? And how do you know? Are they focused on testing or teaching? This is the question that you answered before, right? Based on my demo. So when you're analyzing your lesson and your materials, you have to answer this question. This lesson is focusing on testing because blah, blah, or teaching because. Do the tasks reflect how native speakers would process the text? Yes or no? Or it is not natural? Like, is this how people in real life understand this text or not really? Yeah, you have to evaluate that, like how natural the practice is in terms of real life. And how else could you exploit the text to develop and not just test soft skills strategies to develop the learner's genre awareness or explore? So what else could you do, guys, after your lesson? This is some reflection after your lesson. Like, okay, if I happen to give this lesson one more time, I would do this to exploit the lesson more, I mean the text more, and also to give more teaching rather than testing, for example. And that's it. So basically, you have to summarize your evaluation of the materials based on these questions. You have to answer all the questions in your 500 words, right? And the only thing that you have to do is this. You have to include this, please, as a cover page. And then here too, because it's part of the assignment. And here is for my evaluation. So I will put here, if this is met for this area, for example here, or this is not met, right? All this is based on the questions above. So if you answer all these questions correctly, you will have all met right here. Does that make any sense, everyone? Yeah. And then I'm going to give you a summary of my comments here, right, in this area. Yeah. Okay. You can find the assignment on the platform, right, as receptive skills assignment. You just have to download it and work on the assignment. Yeah. Okay. Any question?
Yeah, when do we have to upload, teacher? Because there is no material on the platform yet.
There is no material on the platform. What do you mean?
We don't have the assignment.
Yeah, on the NEO platform, they don't upload the material yet. I don't know.
The module.
You mean the guidelines? The guidelines? Yeah. The ones that I show you? You cannot find them on the assignment? I mean, on the platform?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just see if I can just share this with you guys here. There you go. Okay, how about now? It is in the chat box. Can you see it?
Okay, yes.
Yep. Okay, can everybody please open it? Open it, download it, and yeah, download it and keep it somewhere on your computer. Yep.
Done.
Okay, fantastic. Yep, okay. Luis, Genesis, yep. You see it, Diana? Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
No worries, that's fine. Any other question?
Where are we going to?
Yeah, a due date.
Yes, according to the platform, I was just looking at the platform this, actually yesterday, I was just checking this. And let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So according to this, the due date is February the 24th.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's soon.
But that's very soon, actually. So I think you will have more time, guys, for this. So no worries about it. Don't pay attention to this because I understand it's very soon. It's just basically 1 week. So how about having 2 weeks for this? Yeah, is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to set the next assignment in 2 weeks time.
Okay.
And I guess just like the previous modules, teacher, we need to have access to the module, the platform. Yeah.
So we
Because
can upload our work.
we can't see anything yet. And I guess we're going to have more like activities connected to the whole module. Will that happen?
That's correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You will have a series of activities, and we will have to also have access to the platform for you to upload your assignment. Yes.
Perfect.
So don't worry about this due time that you will find on the platform, guys. Basically, I'm telling you, you will have at least 2 weeks to work on that. Yeah. But if you happen to need more time, please just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
My suggestion is to start working on this as soon as possible, so you can just get it out of the way. Like start thinking of when next week probably you can think. I mean, you can teach a receptive skills lesson, yeah, and then save all your materials. Start thinking about your evaluation, and probably you can start working on the evaluation the following week, so you can finish the assignment, yeah, in due time. Okay. Any other question? Nope.
No.
Okay. All right. So guys, it was
teacher.
Yeah, tell me.
The recordings are gonna be also in the platform, right?
Yes, as always. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you're going to have the recording of the session on the platform. Yeah, where it says receptive skills. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. Any other question? Nope. No. Okay. Remember that you will have some time, guys, to talk to me. This is like study time or questions, right? That can happen before the session or after the session. I would go for after the session. So, for example, right now, this is the first session, so I think we don't have any other question. But if you happen to have any question, we can use this time for those questions. So next week is going to be the same. So I'm going to save like the last 10 minutes of the input session for us to clarify any question about assignment or anything on the platform. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Fantastic. So please
I have
start
a question.
working. Yeah. Sorry. Who said that,
Diana.
Monica? Or...
It's me, Diana.
Okay,
are you
Diana.
going to upload this class at the platform, or
Yes,
it's going to be next week?
yes. As we said before, all the recordings are going to be where you find the recordings there on the platform. Yeah.
Okay.
This one belongs to receptive skills lesson.
Okay, thank you.
So as soon as they give me access to the recording, I will just convert it to a YouTube recording so you can watch it. Yeah, on the platform. Okay. Yeah. Any other question? No? Okay, guys, thank you very much. It was very nice to talk to you. I hope to see you next week. Don't disappear, and please start working really hard. If anything, please send me an email, and I'm going to be more than happy to clarify anything that you need at the moment. Yep. Okay. Oh, actually, everyone is in the same WhatsApp group. So you can ask me questions through that group, and I will be answering your questions. Okay? Okay. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Enjoy it.
Thank you very
Have a nice
much.
weekend.
Bye.
Thank you. Nice
Bye.
weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.